Paddington Station in London. Designed by the great engineer Isambard Kingdom Brunel, is a marvel of Victorian engineering.
I tell you what, the guy was a genius. He knew what he was doing. Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
But looking after the station and the 150-year-old Great Western Rail route it serves is a never-ending job. The railway is a patchwork of old and new. From signal boxes to bridges and tunnels. All of it demanding special care and attention. This complex network is watched over by route control, and they have news of an issue out on the tracks.
We believe there's a problem with a couple of signals in the Didcot East area.
Didcot is on the main route into Paddington, with 4 busy lines running in and out. But the 2 main lines are now down.
All mainline traffic is going over to the relief lines. So effectively gone from a 4-track railway to a 2-track railway. And we're trying to squeeze all the traffic down those two tracks when it's booked for 4.
But the cause of the signal failure is, so far, a mystery.
What's happened is that we've lost power. I don't know if it's temporarily. We had a signal go black, and that's come back. So at the moment, over the next 5 minutes, we'll see whether all the indications, everything restores, it was a power blip, or if not, it's a power outage. And we're going to get people on the way straight away.
At Paddington, it's 2 hours before rush hour, and the rerouting of inbound services because of the signal failure is causing station controller Richard a headache.
I mean, there is trains now coming towards us coming through Reading. That's one of ours. That's one of our local stopping services, and this is a cross-country train. We've got lots of traffic going through Reading, and it's all kind of falling all over each other.
And it's no easier for staff dispatching trains on the platforms.
Sometimes it can be tricky in terms of helping customers because we won't know if it's going to stop at their stops, especially when things that get signal problems out further away. Sometimes it's hard to balance making sure the train goes out on time and helping customers who may have missed an earlier service because of delays get on at the same time. Where are you, first class?
No, I'm second class.
Yeah, you can sit here, that's fine.
Oh, thanks.
And customers are okay. Like, understandably, you can get annoyed sometimes, but it's just common human basic instinct, isn't it? Sometimes you just get annoyed and stuff. I travel myself. It can be very frustrating. Sometimes train crew will be coming in late on another train, and then another train's affected by that because of that. So now this one's due out 15 minutes past, and the driver's not here yet for it. So now we're just waiting for the driver. We're going to go now, sir, sorry.
At Bristol, they're feeling the full brunt of the signal outage.
We've got a couple of delayed services coming down from Paddington. These trains are on the up, and these are coming down towards us. These 2 lines are completely blocked. No signalling at all. Just these 2 lines are available for services at the moment.
And that means congestion is starting to build.
Jay is down on that one. Oh, sorry, that train.
GWR ever run a good service. Every week there's delays with signalling. The train's broken down. They've either got no stop.
Yeah, I know.
It wouldn't happen in another civilised country.
Customer service assistant Jo Coppage is doing her best to keep passengers informed.
Are you going to London Paddington? Yes, jump on. Yeah.
But with last-minute changes, even she is having trouble keeping up.
4 o'clock, we've been told.
They announced 3:30.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Plans might have changed, yeah? We're not told us.
I don't think they've let us know what's going on. Signalling problems at Didcot. So we were told different trains were stopping and going a different route, and now the train crew think different, so we're just trying to find out which is correct.
Trains in Didcot are, for the moment, at a standstill.
We've got a complete series of reds right the way through Didcot Parkway.
We've literally just come off of it at the moment, so we're just collating all the information.
At route control, news is coming in of what's caused the signal failure, and it's not quite what they were expecting.
Location case, strong smell of burning.
Oh, that sounds worrying.
Hello, Jason. Yeah, and you say there's a rodent hanging out of the 650 box that's smoking.
So it's all Roland Rat again's been up the sound of it.
Yeah. There's a burning smell coming out of a location cabinet just down by Didcot East. Technicians have turned up on site, has found a highly charged char-grilled rat in this cabinet. So it looks like a rodent's gone in there and chewed through a cable, which is holding the 650 volts.
We'll await confirmation from our techs, but that could well be the possible cause of the problem, yes. I suppose that saying going out with a bang is quite appropriate.
Temple Meads.
The rat may be dead, but there's still a sting in its tail.
Yeah, it's not the first time and won't be the last. Unfortunately, the lovely little rodents like to eat anything they can get their teeth on.
But it turns out he wasn't working alone.
There was actually 2 rats. That's the first rat, and there's half of it left. He's obviously come down through there. There's the bar, so it's dropped him in half. The next one, there's his mate. He's sorted out across there, and there's the other half of the first one you saw at the back there.
Temple Meads.
In Bristol Control, Station Coordinator Dave Bird is attempting to restore some order to the timetable.
We've got to try and work out which set is going to go back up to London as the 3 o'clock.
But now there's a new, more low-tech failure on platform 13.
Can't get out of the storeroom. We're locked in.
Train cleaners and platform staff are trapped.
We got one of the disabled assist blokes and one of the cleaners stuck in a storeroom now, over on platforms 13 and 15. What they're doing in the storeroom is anybody's guess. But I'm going to guess they were keeping warm out of the cold.
2 members of staff are shut inside.
Staff stuck in a storeroom. You couldn't make it up.
That might need your muscle.
While Joe tries to free the captive cleaning team,
Do you want me to do it?
They don't have code. They changed it.
Dave receives some more bad news.
1500 cancelled. OK. 1500 London Paddington is now cancelled. 1500 up London cancelled due to extreme late running and the signalling issues at Didcot.
Joe will now have to move passengers for London and all stations in between over to platform 13.
Platform 13 for the London Paddington. This is not the Paddington now.
Yeah. Why don't they tell people when they actually come in? I've got a knee injury. I've only just managed to get up the lifts.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
It's unacceptable. I'm sorry, it just really is unacceptable.
But just as Joe has emptied the train, she gets an update.
Oh my God. What, this one? Oh my God. You want platform 12? Yeah, the 5 o'clock. This is not stopping anywhere but Paddington. Oh, Ben, I'm gonna have to hide. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Now it's a juggling act to get passengers for intermediate stations on the right trains.
Bath Market, the Weymouth on platform 11 or the London Paddington on 12. On platform 12. Yeah, so down the bottom of the stairs.
But there are some stations they definitely won't be calling at.
There is a possibility that the train coming from Australia, for example.
From Australia?
Yeah.
No. Aeroplane for Australia.
I appreciate British Rails.
Excellent. Just, that's it. Oh my God. All right, you on? I'll shut the door. Find a seat.
It's now 4 hours since a ravenous rat short-circuited the rail network, and news has come in that the signalling system has been repaired.
Right.
Short signalling now at Didcot on up and down main.
And at the storeroom on platform 13,
They're all panicking in there. We're trying. Do you want me to turn that?
Yeah. Go on then, Joe.
Yes. Hey! Rescued them all.
but as one door opens, at Paddington, another door closes.
We just had a call from the underground supervisor that there's a lady stuck in the lift at the northern entrance. She's actually on a crutch because it looks like she's got an injured foot.
Customer service assistant Maksud Chaiwala has been sent to get her out.
You know, when we turn the key, there's a point where it could just go a bit further, and it just flicks back.
Because it's not actually that easy to open the lift door. You shouldn't be able to prise them open. There's a reason why that's like that. It's to stop people climbing out of lifts and things like that, and trying to recreate Die Hard and all that kind of malarkey.
Richard can see the woman in the lift, but he can't speak to her, so Maksud has to improvise.
Here, from inside, can you... Yeah, just one more. She's panicking a bit at the moment, understandably. We're trying our best here. We're trying.
Clearly getting quite upset now, so hopefully she'll be getting her out soon.
Shift station manager Kevin Noon is called in to beef up the rescue effort.
I never Mr. Muscle.
But the doors remain wedged together. Richard thinks he knows why.
I don't think that lift is fully come up. Yeah. So I think it's slightly below the flat level, which means they won't be able to get the door open.
And Maksud now realises that brute force alone won't work.
Kevin's gone to the lift motor room. He's trying to turn the power off and see if the lift settles down on the ground floor. That's what it should do once it's turned off. We are getting somewhere.
With the power off, it doesn't need much muscle, just a gentle tug.
Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 have managed to get the lady out.
It's been an unscheduled ordeal for the trapped passenger, but now the lift stands empty, awaiting its next victim.
Oh no, don't get in there, not with the baby. Someone just literally got in that lift with the baby in a pushchair. Oh.
As soon as the doors open, everybody's just ignored it. They've all just tried to get in the lift straight behind her.
This incident may be over, but across the network there's a constant battle to make an ageing railway meet the demands of modern travel.
Articulated lorry believed to have struck the protection beam.
Just the protection beam?
Just the protection beam. Station Road, Langley.
At route control, there's news of a lorry which has struck a railway bridge on a busy stretch of line between Paddington and Slough. Mobile Operations Manager Mark Rowley is dispatched as a matter of urgency.
If the lorry is blocking the traffic, then this could already be a build-up. Bridge strikes, it's just literally a case of till you're on at the scene, then you see what you're faced with.
Some of the smaller, weaker bridges, if a bridge strike occurs, then we close the line until we can get staff on site to inspect the bridge.
Many of the network's railway bridges were not built to accommodate today's heavy road traffic. And bridge strikes are a major problem. Richard needs Mark to find out what damage has been done this time.
They believe that articulated lorry may have struck the protection beam, but unsure whether he has struck the bridge as well. And we believe the lorry is no longer in situ.
The driver has already done a runner. But with Mark now on site, he can inspect the underside of the bridge to see if there's any damage.
There's no obvious signs of any defects. There's no debris that's been misplaced that might be in the road.
There are 3,000 bridges on the Western Route, each of them classified according to how resistant they are to lorry strikes.
Certain bridges have been classified that when you receive a bridge strike, we don't need to close the line. For example, if it's a green dispensation, we still send staff to examine the bridge, but we'll run normally. The amber, we're cautioned for 20 mile an hour. Worst case dispensation is red, which means we stop all train movements until we get staff on site.
Well, we're going to assess the lines.
Fortunately, Langley Bridge is made of solid stuff and has been classified amber, which means trains can continue to cross the bridge at 20 miles an hour.
Hello, Richard. You're just up on track now assessing the lines.
But Mark will still need to check the tracks running across the bridge.
We can't see any obvious damage to the bridge. Both protection beams look in good order.
Brilliant, thank you.
The bridge is given the all clear. But Mark can't down tools just yet, because moments later, there's another call.
This bridge is struck quite regularly, but it's not that common to get two bridge strikes on the same bridge from one day. HGV has struck it and actually got stuck this time.
So we're just off down there, potentially stuck under at the minute, so...
The train's running or it's stopped?
Well, they will be stopped if he's stuck under.
The lorry's been prized out from under the bridge, but it's taken a serious battering.
Hi, how are we doing? Mark,
Hello.
by the way.
How are you, all right?
Yeah, sound. Wow. He's cracked that one, has he? We confirm what direction travelling he was coming from.
Yeah, he's coming south.
And then he's hit this first bit of bridge.
If a lorry's over 3 metres high, by law, it has to display its height in the cab.
So your height warning sign inside your cab, do you know where it is? It's on the top, is it? Yeah, it confirms the height inside the cab is 3 metres 10. And obviously the height of the bridge is only 3 metres 8. So, yeah.
The driver is given a ticket for driving without due care and attention. Mark examines the bridge and tracks again to make sure there's no new damage.
All the lines are in good working order. There's no misalignments. There's no movement of any ballast. No sleepers have been misplaced. So, yeah, all looks good from here.
But bridges are key structures, and a specialist engineer still has to confirm Mark's findings.
Once you've been doing this job a while, you realise that people just... they're not paying attention, are they? That's all it is. A lot of the time. I mean, Birmingham, during its heyday, would get hit every day of the week. Some woman went under in a horse box, and the head of the horse was about that far from the beam. And we couldn't just get it out. They had to sedate the horse before they would take it out onto the road. 4 hours waiting for a vet on a Sunday afternoon.
There's been no such drama today. A modern beam now protects an old structure.
Any vehicle that comes into contact, it'll come into contact with the protection beam before it actually makes contact with the bridge. So it's done this job, basically.
Hello, it's loudspeaker. My name's Trevor Moore. I'm a BSE for Amy Rail. But just been down looking at the structure at Station Road. I've spoke to Mark as well, the mum. Yeah, we're all good there, mate. And I'm happy to give you line speed on all lines, mate. 1544 line speed.
The train service along Paddington's Western Route is monitored by modern trackside machines called gotchas, which analyse the technical performance of passing trains, sending data back to route control in real time. And one gotcha has just picked up a safety issue with the wheels on a 1970s high-speed train.
Route control manager Ian speaking. Oh, Lucy. We have got a gotcha for Wolf, and the train involved is 1 Alpha 79. The Penzance 1221 arrival. He's done the gotcha device to indicate he's got some sort of flat wheel. Chris has just taken the details as to exactly what level the reading is and what axles are concerned.
The alarm itself was for axle number 40 on the right-hand side, so it's the right-hand wheel in the direction of travel. That being the front of the train, that being the rear, and the red dots denote whether or not there's any wheel flats on board.
Any sort of flat wheel on a train is bad news.
If you've got a flat on the wheel so it's not turning smoothly, so the risk is that if it puts too much force down, apart from anything else, it could break the rail.
I mean, these wheels are extremely tough. They can take a lot of damage, but in extreme cases, there could be a potential for a derailment.
The train can continue, but will have to go at a reduced speed of 50 miles per hour to Paddington, where it will have to be taken out of service.
GWR will be down the train, yeah, that's correct. The implications of that, we don't know.
Gotcha alerts are unusual events, but not today.
Same place again, Waltham, up Main.
Yes, we've had a second activation, 10416, which is just going up through Langley now, which is 12 o'clock Bristol to Paddington.
So same location as last time, up Main at Waltham, 13-18 hours, which I reckon if that's 10416.
2 gotchas going off within the space of an hour and at the same location is rare.
It's same place, same line, but different axle on the train. When we do get repeats, you start to have a little think about whether or not the equipment's reading correctly or not, but the fact that it's indicated on a different axle on a different side suggests that it's the train rather than the equipment.
At Paddington, peak service is approaching, and news of the gotcha alerts has reached the control room.
For the second time today, one of the Great Western HST's high-speed trains has had a wheel issue. It's not a regular thing.
The 2 trains have now arrived at Paddington and are given an initial visual inspection.
We can't see it from here, so it's going to have to go back to the depot for inspection to check the severity of it.
With just 2 hours before peak service, 2 high-speed trains are leaving for the depot, empty of passengers.
It's a bit of an awkward situation because it means that we only have so many trains, first of all, but it means that we're 2 down on the run-up to the evening peak.
And now, down on the platforms, there are reports of an emergency. Richard is back in the control room hot seat.
Oh, Jesus, she's collapsed in the barrier line.
As his colleague calls for medical assistance.
Paddington railway station, but they've got a suspected heart attack.
Shift station manager David Pocock has rushed to the scene.
The lady had a possible heart attack. Her husband told me that she's due to have an operation tomorrow. Yeah, that's why I've come to London today.
He supervises first aid while they wait for the paramedics to arrive.
She's still clearly quite unwell, so she'll have to go to hospital.
The paramedic arrives on site, and there's some better news.
The lady's regained consciousness. She's talking to the paramedics. Lucky enough, we've got hospital right next to us in St Mary's.
It's not the first time Dave has been called to this kind of emergency.
If you've got an amount of people you have travelling through stations, people will become unwell. There's all different. It's not just a train station. You've got so many shops and people walk through, path, taxi ranks. There's thousands of people. Some people are going to be unwell, aren't they? But it's more serious like this. It's pretty rare, really. It does happen, but thankfully not that often.
After medical treatment, the panic is over.
She didn't have a heart attack. Her blood pressure dropped quite dramatically, and that's why she passed out. But now she's feeling quite sick. She's just vomited once already. So we're waiting for the ambulance now. We just take her away, take her to the hospital. So hopefully it will be well.
At the Eldo Common Depot just outside Paddington, the night shift is just starting, and Mark, the chief engineer, can examine one of the trains caught on the gotcha machine. Train wheels are built to last, but under certain conditions, they can be badly damaged.
Basically, when you get wheel slide and wheel slip, but it's more wheel slide where the brakes are applied on poor rail conditions, because you've got metal face to a metal face, it will slide, and what it actually does is wear the metal away.
The wheels on this carriage, though, seem to be in good condition.
Okay, I can't actually find any damage on this one. It basically means this could have picked up, the impact detector could have picked it up slightly wrong, but what I will do is I'll check the other axles just in case it's picked up the wrong axle.
But the news on the other train caught by the gotcha is not so good. After a night of investigations, it's been discovered that there's wheel damage to the locomotive. It's so severe that it's been taken to a Great Western depot in Plymouth for major repairs.
We've realised that we cannot reprofile the wheels, but we now need to change the 4 wheel sets. These trains, roughly 1976, so they're a bit over 40 years old now, and they cover probably 1,000 miles per day.
Instead of a new set of wheels, the locomotive will be fitted with reconditioned replacements.
I think a wheel set lasts on typical about 2 years, but they make, like if a wheel skids on the track, it'll have a pit. So they go on a machine called a lathe, and then they'll be turned to make them smooth again.
But Dave will only fit them if they meet strict specifications.
Got a pen there. Flange thickness, 28, and the flange height, 31. Yeah, on the wheels, we've got different measurements we take. We take a rim thickness, which is that measurement, and then the flange basically is what keeps the train on the track as they corner and potentially could break.
The tread thickness is crucial and is measured from the outer rim to the inner groove.
Well, the tread is this surface, which is the actual contact between the wheel and the rail. This is the wear indicator for the tyre, which as soon as it gets close to that, that tyre will be what they call scrap in size, and it will be sent away for remanufacture then.
And it's critical that the wheels are in a condition to perform safely in all conditions.
On a Formula 1 car, if the brakes locked up, you'd get a flat spot, which the performance wouldn't be there. On a train, it would be a noisy ride for the passenger above, maybe. Could be dangerous, really. So safety is like the paramount thing on the railway.
There have been back-to-back incidents on Paddington's western route. And now another issue is developing at the station. BTP officer Alex Hode has been called to investigate a worrying discovery.
No one's seen them get dumped or anything like that.
Containers of an unknown chemical have been found on a busy commuter train.
So there are people on the train? There are people on the train. I suggest that we get them off.
And Officer Hode is not taking any chances.
Guys, move away from it now because we don't know what it is. Clear the platform now. And it looks like 4 or 5 containers of a chemical that we don't know. Could be anything.
With the security services already on high alert, nobody is taking any chances.
We treat anything that we don't know as a dangerous thing until we know that it's clear. We've got a big worry at the moment in London with chemical weapons possibly being the next form of attack. So something like that being left on a platform and nobody knows does scare people. We've asked people to move away just while we work out what it is. For the time being, we need to keep people well away from it.
In the control room, they're trying to keep the area clear by blocking incoming trains.
So basically what happened with the 15:15 departure, they took some chemicals off the train and the transport police have been over to check them out and they're not happy with the situation, that's why they want to block on number 8.
So basically what Graham has just done, talking to the signaller, this train, which you can basically see in the distance, which is by Royal Oak Tube Station, because of the block that has just been put on because of the situation on platform 8, which is still a bit strange, that train is now not allowed in, so it's held there until we're all told it's all clear.
On platform 8, the investigation into how the chemicals ended up on the train has got nowhere.
None of the cleaners are owning up to it, the staff don't know what it is, and no one's seen it being put there. So I believe in Alpha Unit, so the people who deal with bomb disposals have also just been called on their way.
At Great Western Railway's main servicing depot in Plymouth, the high-speed locomotive running on flats is undergoing a full wheel change. Changing 2-ton sets of wheels on a train is not a quick fix. Dave Madge has a team of 5 specialist engineers working on it.
Oh, can we get some chocks in under the wheels so it don't move, please? It's far more involved to change a wheel set or wheels on a train than what it is on a car. The car is very basic. It takes a lot longer of time to do it.
Nowhere close to this car wheel.
Jason's come from Quick Fit. Jason, you weren't there, weren't you?
It's a 3-hour job just to change 1 set of wheels, and locomotives have 4 sets, 8 wheels in total.
You can have pitfalls where things might not go as planned, but hopefully it'll all go sweet today.
The replacement wheels are prepped and ready. Now the team can get to work attaching them to the underside of the power car. It's going to be painstaking work.
All right, Jace, if you start coming down then. The actual framework which holds the wheels in place is called the bogie, and the vehicle sits on the bogies, 1 each end. What's going to happen now, we're going to lower the vehicle down onto the wheel set, and there'll be some points of where the wheel set's got to engage with the bogie.
The power car weighs over 72 tons and needs to be precision lowered onto the wheels.
Whoa.
There are only millimetres to play with if the power car's bogie is to fit into the wheel cradle.
Now as the vehicle comes down, we'll be engaging the trunnion into the axle box recess. Okay, Jace, down, mate. Whoa! Cross your fingers and just keep an eye on everything. Hopefully that wheel slot into place. Might be a little bang here and there, but there she goes. As the weight of the vehicle comes down, it'll press that into the axle box then. Whoa!
But just as Dave and the team think they have the wheels in position, things grind to a halt.
Have you got your bottom one in, Andy? No, neither have I. Ah, right. And as you can see now, this one hasn't gone in.
At Paddington, on Platform 8, a special transport police unit is investigating unknown chemicals left on a train. Meanwhile, up in the control room, Graham thinks he's beginning to unravel the mystery.
Have you got the CCTV there? If you look on camera 107, you'll see some white bottles. Chemicals are more likely to be chemicals that have been put on the train because of the recent weather conditions. It looks like antifreeze or coolant.
And the specialists seem to have come to the same conclusion.
They believe it might be the deoxys for the trains, but again, they're not 100% sure at the moment.
With trains backing up, Graham is keen to get things moving.
Is there any chance you could let us know when we can take this block off Platform 8?
And moments later, there's confirmation that the chemicals were nothing more than commercial antifreeze.
Police thorough check. They actually opened up the canisters, tested a certain amount to make sure of what it was, and yeah, so they checked out and said it was totally fine.
Looks like it's nice and safe after all. Nothing to worry about.
The incident is over, but running the railway demands constant vigilance.
Obviously, in the light of what's going on at the moment as well, obviously people are more sort of worried about sort of chemicals and so on, and you never really know. Somebody could just walk up to the train and put something on there and not say anything to anyone, and then you have a situation like this. Everything's got to be followed up.
At the depot, the wheel change is in progress, but they've hit a problem getting the wheels to fit snugly into the axle box.
I've got a big sledgehammer now, so
you've got to give it a bit of encouragement.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit of brute force is needed, and some old-style precision engineering.
No, you ain't going to go on that.
If that's not going to do the job, the engineering team try a gentler but much slower approach.
You find another chock, Jay.
Well, wheel chock, yeah?
Yeah, just a wheel chock, and we use it to pack into. You're slow, Andy? jacks in very good, are they?
An extra bit of packing there, where are you going?
Oh, I'm nearly there now. Relevant place now. Sometimes they go in with the weight of the bogey pushing into the axle box, but unfortunately this one needed a little bit of help with a hydraulic press. Yeah, we take it right into this, so there's no gap, and then a plate will go on the bottom to keep that in place. There, so that's in place now. So,
with the wheel cradle now firmly in position, the power car is good to go.
Yes, he'll be back on and serving the passengers for our Great Western Railway.
But this may be its last hurrah. With the switch to electric trains, these high-speed engines are being phased out.
It's old technology, but it's lasted. You know, you'd be happy with a car that lasted 40 years, wouldn't you?
They've looked after me. Yeah, they're good old girls, these. They've sort of given us all a good living. They've been very, very good for us.
At Paddington Station, with back-to-back incidents all day, it's finally time for Graham to end his shift.
It's been quite an annoying day of little rare problems. Like all the time you get like a signalling failure, you get this and that. But everything that's happened today has been a little bit rare. To have two trains having such faults involving their wheels is very uncommon. So and then also missing two HSTs for the rest of the shift. So yeah, so it's not a regular day, but it's kept us on our toes. Surely we've had enough problems for one day. Surely we've had enough today. We'll have some more tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be a big issue then. But it's surely, hopefully that's it. And the evening people go lovingly well, swimmingly even.